Get y'all shit ready, yo.
Sunday was the last day of the season, and it was a day that we had circled since the beginning of the season, and the day we were ready for, but we knew to expect the unexpected. A few days before Sunday, we got the news that the Outlaw game in Week 8, there was an error in the scorebook, so that we were tied going into the end of the 8th inning, so there should have been extra innings, basically, and so the league came to the decision that we'll have to play the game from where it left off at the exact same point on Sunday before our game and after the Outlaws game in the morning. So it was very unexpected because we didn't have time to game plan for it. I think we found out about it on Thursday. So we scrambled in the middle of our preparation for Team Pete to put together something for it. We knew we had to go from the Week 8 game plan. We had 2 substitutions allowed for both teams, so we had to work with that within the lines to try to really squeeze one out because they had the last at-bat, so we're in walk-off territory for them.
Feel good. I mean, I'm disappointed that the game was tied last week, the week before that, but we're going to close it out, get there, get that win. Went to TP game, you know, with my head high and with a purpose, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We lost twice to them guys. This is the 3rd time around, and I'm trying to get this win. I feel like we're going to come on top.
Feel ready. We feel ready. We got a little double header today, I guess that's what you call it, right, Ames? So, yeah, we're going to try to win both of these games right here. I'm ready.
How we going to do it?
We're going to whoop their ass. We're going to mercy rule these niggas today, I think. What you think we're going to do today, Tyler?
Oh, Team Pete?
Both of these motherfucking games.
We should shut them down 1, 2, 3 for the Outlaws. Then we should do our thing. All we need is one. All we need is 1 point. All we need is 1 point. Team Pete? No, it's the funeral. It's the funeral. It's the funeral.
Got a hit. That's the name of the game. If you ain't hitting, you sitting.
How do you feel about the doubleheader?
It is what it is. I don't know how they say they tied it, but it is what it is. Let's first jump out the way real quick, and we be good. You ready for Team Pete? That's all.
You feel like we can win both?
We're going 2-0 today, baby.
Gotta take Phil.
The Outlaw inning was a blur, really. Felt like we weren't into it much. Felt like we knew that it didn't have much bearing on the season or the standings, and particularly we did what we had to do when we showcased our skill against these guys when we did it, and we didn't have much time to game plan for this game in particular. We went down early in the first inning. We didn't put any runs on the score. And they came up and we made our mistakes. We got a few easy outs, but weren't able to put it away. And they scored easily. We knew the game plan was to try to get out before they got to their big bat, Franco, and unfortunately they did. There was no sweat off our brow losing this game because we know it had no implications on the season going forward. We were stuck in the place we were in. They were stuck in the place they were in. We'll end up seeing each other in the playoffs anyway. So it was moving forward onto the real focus, Team Pete. This is the game that we had been practicing and putting in a preparation and game plan for before we found out about the Outlaw. This is the game that we've had circled on our calendar since the beginning because we knew that it would come down to important implications for this one, especially being down 0-2 to them. And now with the Outlaw loss, in danger of going under the 500 for the season. So it was a lot on our shoulders, but we had no worries because we knew we weren't going to go down and get swept 0-2 on the day, and we just knew we couldn't go into playoffs with that kind of mindset, and that would do detrimental things to us as a team.
It upset me, but now I'm just more motivated to play them in the playoffs. Now that they're saying that we might match up against them, it's like an 8% chance. I'm just highly motivated now to play against them in the playoffs. I feel like we had that one, could have won that shit.
Y'all feel like it's going to affect us for this next game?
Nah, I feel like care about that. Yeah, I feel like we're just we want to play now. We want to win now more. That was some bullshit.
That last little inning, fuck that.
Yeah, now we want to win more.
We came here focused on these motherfuckers from the door.
Yes, sir. Let's go get us one,
bro.
I was about to say, we told them we're going to get one. Let's fucking get us one now.
You crack it open. We're going to earn this.
Say the focus was Team Pete this Sunday was saying at least. We had this game marked on our schedule for the longest. The Outlaw information didn't really waver us from our game plan this week. We put in the work to come out and get this win. We're 0-2 against these teams. We feel like they are our rival, whether they like it or not. They're champion from last year, so we want to pull one out against them. Both teams came out on Sunday and we showed that we're even keeled, that we know how each other plays and we play alike. And it was from the gate offense. They put their offense up from the gate and we put our offense up from the gate. And we like to show that. Our hitters came and showed that we can start early again against this team and not go down like the first game.
Let's go!
But also keep a lead early too and be able to keep compounding on that lead for the rest of the game and all the innings in between.
Let's go!
Getting into a tug of war is not always our favorite thing to do, but we know we got to stay stable in it when it does happen and be able to keep putting on those runs so that we don't waver before the first team does. And both teams showed that they came to play early. We were both batting good. We were both fielding good. We were both making mistakes, but making less mistakes and not getting in our head about it. Both teams arguing back and forth, so the heat was there. These are two teams, like I said, that are rivals. So when we come, we always come with emotion. And we were trying not to let their emotion really derail us and let our emotion fuel us. And I think it was working for the most part.
Let's go, let's go.
I feel like we know we're a good team. I feel like the league knows we're a good team, but we just got to show it. We haven't been showing it against these top teams, and we had our calendar circled for this date since the beginning of the season because we knew this was a game where opportunity was going to show itself for the season, and we knew we had to show it. We're down 0-2 in these guys in the series, and we were done. We had the mentality that we were focused on Team Pete for this Sunday for a reason.
I said I need it from the top, from the top of the line.
Everyone had to contribute, and it felt that way. It felt that everyone contributed, everyone put their best bat forward, and everyone was able to come to the plate and hit a home run. And it was too much for them to handle. This is a team that we go back and forth with a lot, and we really argue and come to blows with.
Let's go!
We know how to play our game around them and not stoop to their level now, and it's showing.
Let's go! They wanted us to hit!
You can hear the guys on the other team chatting at us and saying that we don't know how to field, all we can do is hit.
Yes, They come in twos! They come in twos!
And very well so. We're a first-year team, so that's rightfully going to be the case. We can't field. We're learning. This is a work in progress. But what we can do is hit. They know that. We know that. And it's all fun and games when you can try to capitalize and take advantage of our fielding mistakes. But when you can't catch up with our hitting like this, there's nothing any team in this league can do. And this was a showcase of that. When we just kept coming up to the plate and smacking them and seeing their shoulders slump from all the shit they were talking was a satisfying feeling.
Let's go!
there's nothing they can do. Sure, we can make the mistakes that we've been making all season, but when we come up to this plate and hit, none of these teams, even the champions from last year, can fuck with us. And it was just a showcase of that on this Sunday. Showcase the brilliance of what we've been working on and what we're going into this playoffs with this mentality for.
There you go! One swing!
It's starting to be a death row thing. The league knows it's a death row thing. That we can hit 1 through 11 in our lineup can do this.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
The 1 through 11 is scary for any pitcher. We don't care who it is, and they know this. This is something they got to deal with. They got to rely on our fielding.
That nigga last name is Cohen.
Because we have too many options, too many weapons for these teams to deal with, and we're going to rely on that going into this playoff run. So to really showcase it on this Sunday after what was a blur of a first game in the beginning of the day.
Yo, that's the hardest hit of the season. That's the hardest hit of the season. Real shit.
And these teams that we're playing now at this point in the season, they're going to try. They're going to make their runs. They're not going to lay down their sword and just give us the win. So we just can't waver. We just got to be able to keep putting on these runs like we did. When they show their hand and they could try to make their run, we just got to be able to put on that assurance that we've been clamoring about all season and getting back to how we play. But it goes without saying, they were going to try to make their run, and they kept trying to climb back into it, but the lead was so far ahead that we had the leeway we had. The weather started picking up a bit, and it got really bad towards the end of the game. But these were the champions for last year, and like I said, they weren't going to lay down their sword, so they wanted to keep going, and we weren't just going to back down for the challenge. We had enough insurance on the lead that we could have kept it going for whatever and in fear of losing this game.
Take walks, y'all. Take walks.
Yo, all walks. All walks.
You have a team like this that has a bunch of players on its team that think they're the shit, and they're going to shit talk everybody on the field.
Turn me up! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Yo, end that shit for your misery, Cologne!
When it comes to backing it up, just be careful what you wish for, because when you want to keep going in the rain, we have players that will do special things in any kind of condition.
Can I get your reaction, sir, for YouTube?
Beating Team Pete was surreal, but it was something that I knew we were capable of, so I wasn't surprised. I knew that the first 2 games we gave to this team. This is a team that shit talks and tries to get in our head and tries to think that they're better than a lot of the players on the field. But the sad fact is that we don't believe that. We believe that we are a better team, and we believe that we gave them the first 2 games, whether they like it or not. The script of the game will say it for us. It'll defend that point. So we felt that we can take this. So it was really nothing. We knew we weren't going to get swept 0-2, especially to the Outlaws and anything before. So it was great. It was a storybook showcasing. We hit from all around. Every player on the lineup almost had a home run. And it was just a showcase showing them that we're not to be fucked with. You can talk all the shit you want. You can think that you're the best team in the league that you guys created and you guys have lives for. We're sitting here arguing with all types of plays and just arguing little things and challenging everything and this and that. And it doesn't matter because the lead was so far apart that it didn't matter. We're a better hitting team than this team. We make a lot of errors. We're bad fielding. We're a first-year team. They know that. They try to pick on us for it. Doesn't matter if you can't keep up with the bats, and they couldn't keep up with the bats this Sunday, simple and plain. They don't have a team that can hit around like us, and it's showcased this week. There were a few hitters on their team that talk big and got big mouths, but they're not enough. We have enough. They don't have enough, and we feel like that. They're the champions, but this is a new day. And they have to remember this ass whooping that they just took because we're going into the playoffs with this mindset. We're not the same team that they beat in the beginning of the season. We're not the same team that we just let them take a few weeks ago a game off of. We're a new team. We've put in the work. We've outworked every team, and it's going to keep showcasing. And you can keep trying to get on our heads, and it's not working. We have a stable mindset, and we believe that we're better than this team. Really, we're focused on the legends. We feel like they're the team to beat, and these guys are just stepping stones that we know we're better than. And if they end up winning the game against us, it's because we gave it to them rather than them taking it from us. The regular season is over. It feels surreal that we were able to come together as just a bunch of guys from around Philly and Jersey that knew little about teamwork, putting in the work, what it means to compete for real, and then coming in and doing this and going 5-5 ultimately. We should have been over 500. We beat the predictions that they had for us. Job's not finished. That's just the regular season, and it's onward to the playoffs now. And so we're just having fun and taking it day by day now, because we know that now is crunch time. Any day can be our last Sunday out here until next year. So we're having fun, winging it. It's beautiful out now. So it's time to put the work in for this playoff run to make sure that next Sunday isn't our last Sunday, and that we're still in this race to really lift the trophy at the end, which is our end-all be goal. Like I said, job's not finished. We have the All-Star break coming up before the playoffs. So this Sunday is a little break between what we have to game plan for the next playoff game. And so we're not putting our heads down and just taking it as rest. We came out here for another scrim and had fun doing so. Like I said, it was a beautiful day out. So we just want to see if we can get the bats hot. Definitely have a few All-Stars on our team. So we just wanted to get their bats hot for their moment when it comes on Sunday. And then keep our foot on the gas, because we know this playoff run is going to take a lot out of us, because all the teams are coming how we're coming. They're putting in preparation. They're bringing their best foot forward. So we got to make sure that we're up to date with them and on the same level with them. We came out here against the Barbarians, and we had a fun scrim. And we put up a lot of offense in different ways, and we played with wooden bats and metal bats and worked on our fielding and hitting. And it was just great to really bump heads with another team before the playoffs, especially in this All-Star break. We don't want to be doing this next week after the All-Star break, because this is a team we probably will be coming up against.
I feel like that was a big win for us going into the playoffs. The confidence booster, we finally got over the hump, was able to beat them. I feel like for real, we gave them the first two games, so we actually needed this one for our confidence. Us being able to come out on top, especially in the conditions that we was in, the adversity we was facing. It was like great experience, something that we can learn from and grow from.
Showed them our hand too early, but it was great to get this action in, and the guys really showcased what we've been showcasing. I think our team is really clicking. Death Row is really coming into formation, and we just have to limit our mistakes. Our hitting is there, and we're working on that. Playing with wooden bats out here was really something we can show to limit our mistakes, like I said, and work on our fielding like that. And so we're going to keep putting this work in. We have a few more scrims. Like I said, the All-Star break is coming up to work on some more offense, and then next week is back to practice and scrims to work on the next target and keep this thing going. This season was fun. It was 10 weeks of pure hard work and just coming out 3 to 4 times a week before the Sunday game, and just hard sweat and tears working at becoming a unit. We started off the season rocky, 0-2 versus the Outlaws and Legends, and then I took the reins and kind of stepped back a little bit. From there, we went about 5-3.
They need a modified ball. They need a modified ball.
What I say?
Damn.
What I say? I told you start that shit off,
Could have been more. Our record doesn't speak to the potential that we know we have, but we were able to steer this ship and really create some fun moments as a unit. We hope to keep it going and focus and bring a title, but there's more to come from this. We were able to put our heads down, focus, and really become a team. I feel like we're more structured than any other teams.
They were all hits. Good hits. Great hits today. All good shit. Remember, if they pass the pitcher, you're going to make it anyway, but those were going through.
Going through. Motherfucker.
We know our positions. Guys don't have egos anymore, and we just come and want to win. I feel like that's the main motive right now, is to win and not just play like it was in the beginning of the season. To be able to turn it around in just the 10 weeks that we did was great. So let's see if we can keep this chapter going and keep this thing running, because it's not over. We have a long road ahead, and it's just the beginning now. It just feels like we're just stepping into the deep end, and it's time to play with the Sharks.